All right, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go through Bitcoin mining stocks in general and one in specific. Today was red. It was a red day for the miners. Digihost down 7%. Argo blockchain down almost 4%. Hut 8 down 6%. Marathon Digital down almost 16%. Riot down 15%. DMG blockchain down 12.5%. Bitfarms down 12.5%. Hive blockchain down over 13%. These are big down numbers today. So lots of red. So what I want to do is figure out what's going on. Do we have a problem in the Bitcoin miners? Is it time to sell? Is it time to get out? Is it time to buy? I'm going to dig in and I'm going to focus on digihost technology. This is a sector that I follow very closely. So I am not a financial advisor and none of this is financial advice. I just want to give you the information that I've learned. I've studied a lot on this in this sector. I invest in this sector. This sector moves fast. This is a massively important part of the Bitcoin mining equation. October of 2020, the price of Bitcoin was in the 10,000s. Even up to November, around $18,000, $19,000. The problem with these Bitcoin miners is you mine a Bitcoin that may have cost you $7,000 in electricity just to mine the Bitcoin. You're looking at a very ugly business model when Bitcoin is trading at $10,000. On account of that, most of these companies were pretty dormant in the year 2020. I'm going to try and establish some valuations on these stocks. The story starts with Bitcoin at or around $10,000 just 6 months ago. All these companies have very poor 2020 financial performances. Many of them just shut down and it wasn't worth their time. But let's just, for example, say it's $6,000. So when Bitcoin's trading at 63,000, 6,000 is 10% of that. You've got a gross profit margin of 90%. Whereas 6 months ago, they might have been breaking even or losing money by running their operations. They're now one of the highest gross profit margin industries in the entire stock market. If you take a look at Digihost, it's trading today, after down 7%, it's trading at $1.45. Its 52-week range is 43 cents to $4.75. Okay, so let's try to put that 43 cents to $4.75 into some perspective here. Now remember, we looked at Bitcoin in October, November, December. That's the time it made its move from $10,000 on up. So operations were pretty small back here. Then they have in February is when Bitcoin took its first big jump. So you'll see right here, Digihost went right along with it. Consolidated, traded sideways, and then Bitcoin, February 18th, Bitcoin had a huge jump. All the Bitcoin mining stocks jumped big time. That's how we got from 50 cents to $4.75 in a very brief period of time. Like most of these mining stocks, it's had a pullback. It's just basically been going straight down. The question becomes, why is Bitcoin at its all-time high and this stock is down? While this stock went down 70%, Bitcoin proceeded to go through and hit its all-time high. This is March 4th. Digihost announced 35.02 Bitcoins mined in the month of February. Very transparent. In this sector, some of this information is extremely difficult to find. A lot of these companies are not transparent. They may report quarterly and you just have to sit and wait and hope and try to figure out. These guys seem to be on top of it. Digihost acquires 60 megawatt power plant, increasing hash rate capacity to 3 exahertz. 3 exahertz is a massive amount. They're not mining anywhere near that capacity right now. The only direct cost to mining Bitcoin, you've got to buy the machines. Your monthly direct cost is electricity. They bought a power plant. So you're talking about the difference between paying 7 or 8 cents or maybe 10 cents per kilowatt to 3 cents a kilowatt. That puts them somewhere around $4,000 of energy cost per Bitcoin. With this purchase of their own power plant, they are now getting energy at a very affordable rate. Digihost acquires 700 S17 76 terahertz Bitcoin miners for immediate delivery. This was on March 29th. These are in scarce supply right now. So big news, getting their hands on a bunch of machines. Digihost announced announces 105.26 Bitcoins mined in the first quarter of 2021 and provides operations update. With the addition of those 700 machines that we just looked at, they're going to go from 36 to maybe 45 Bitcoin a month. So it's important to know that digihost over-the-counter stock ticker is HSSHF. On this chart, I've compared it to 4 other companies that are also Canadian companies that are currently trading OTC in the US in an effort to try to go apples to apples. So Marathon and Riot are traded on the NASDAQ, so they're a little bit apples to oranges. By the time you're listed on the NASDAQ, investors have a lot higher comfort level in the fundamentals of your company. So I'm just going to sidetrack us for a second and show you one more news article because it is important. This sounds super boring, but it's important. Digihost announces change of auditor. Engages international audit firm Raymond Chabot Grant Thornton LLP. They have switched their auditors from a smaller firm to this is an international accounting firm. So why did they change auditors? So Michael Amar, the CEO of the company, also states, I would like digihost to have broader access to the U.S. capital markets as well as larger U.S. equity exchanges. So again, this is another, it doesn't seem like it, but this is actually a very forward-thinking move. And what it tells me is they are looking to position themselves to get listed on the NASDAQ. Digihost announces upgraded listing from OTC pink sheets to OTC QB in U.S. market. There's 3 levels of over-the-counter in the United States. They were trading as a pink sheet, which is the lowest level. They've upgraded themselves to the middle level. It is not required to go through all 3 levels in order to request an uplisting into the NASDAQ. They don't necessarily have to take the step to the highest level of over-the-counter. They can go straight from this to listing themselves in the NASDAQ. And based on the article we just read and the words of the CEO, they want access to the larger equity markets. So to me, that's a pretty heavy indicator that they're looking to end up on the NASDAQ. Probably not in the next few months or anything like that, but I would expect more news on this over the coming year. This whole sector is made up of maybe 15 companies that actually mine a significant amount of Bitcoin. In this column, we've got the current market cap of the company as of close of trade today. Today is Wednesday, April 14th. So you'll see Digihost's market cap at the end of today was approximately $85 million. Under $100 million is considered a micro cap stock. The question is that where they belong? Argo blockchain is $878 million market cap. Hut 8 mining is $826 million. Bitfarms is $718 million. DMG blockchain at $223 million market cap. The biggest indicator for these companies is what is their current hash rate. Right now they have 240 pH. If I go through the rest of these companies, the next 3, Argo, Hut 8, and Bitfarm, at 1.1, 1.1, and 1.2 exahash, they are bigger companies. Why are those companies at 4 times the exahash? They're all much closer to 10 times the market cap. This stock is undervalued. They seem disproportionately beat down compared to their competitors if we look at versus the market cap of their competitors. So, those are 2 of my reasons why I feel like everything is coming up that Digihost is undervalued in my opinion. I want to reiterate, this is not financial advice. This is an analysis that I did. I'm not a financial advisor, but I've done my best to try and compile this information in a meaningful way in an industry where information is sparse. All right, that concludes part 1 of my discussion on Digihost. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the notification bell if you want to get notified when part 2 comes out. I will be doing part 2 where we'll talk about valuation and some target pricing, go through the rest of our analysis. By tomorrow, hopefully, there'll be a link right over here, over my shoulder, to part 2 of this video. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in part 2.